Madam Speaker, I raised the, actually I moved the motion under Rule 66. I moved the motion under Rule 66, which was a motion of adjournment to discuss the ongoing violent demolition of people's structures and kiosks, which this week is in Chira. And Madam Speaker, you did direct that matter be discussed at the next sitting, which is today's sitting, but you also did direct government to present a response, a report on this subject matter. Since, Madam Speaker, the matter is not on the order paper as you are directed, I am seeking for your guidance as to how it will be handled, because you are directed that it be put on the order paper and it's not there.
The government chief whip communicated to the Minister of Kampala. I did follow it myself, and the Minister is currently unavailable. But once we get the report, we will put it on the order paper. And why you see us varying the order paper is because this one has just come. So even if it came now, we shall vary the order paper and have it discussed. We are pushing for it. Yes, go ahead.
To use the window of responding to your communication, there is an ongoing demolition under the name of trade order throughout the country. You may have seen the images of women crying and young people. The National Planning Authority, Madam Speaker, puts the figure of the working population at 15.8 million. 13.3 are in the informal sector. With this good government that is giving people PDM,
There's a procedure.
Madam Speaker, with due respect to my honorable colleague, the matter he's trying to raise is not in any way part of your communication. We are not in the matters of national importance. So I'm wondering under which procedure is he trying to sneak in the matter that he is raising now of traders. Thank you very much.
Was it part of the communication?
Madam Speaker, the rules are vast. If you have read one...
Honorable Ssemujju.
Yes.
We are going to go into matters of national importance. I was still waiting for a reaction on matters that I have raised.
Speaker.
I am still ruling. I was still waiting for matters arising out of my communication. Now that there are no matters arising, I will start with the Honorable Achut on matters of national importance.
This motion is moved under Rule 64 relating to adjournment to allow discussion of a matter of public importance. Madam Speaker, is the ongoing demolition under the name of...
Rule 64 is on withdrawal of motions. Honorable Kimosho. First get the right rule.
Thank you.
I also joined you and other colleagues to welcome back upon yesterday's burial and we thank you for representing us. Right Honorable, sometime back we inquired and we needed to know about the policy of people, the different people who should be brought, especially those who should come to Parliament when they have died, everyone who should be catered for, and to what extent. We pray that one of these days you consider and let the executive be in position to give us more information on that. Thank you.
Government.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, I wish to respond that there is already a bill before Cabinet sponsored by the Ministry of Public Service on the matter raised by the Honourable Member for Wakiso. Once we get done with it in Cabinet, it will definitely come on the floor of Parliament covering the subject matter you have raised. So it is work in progress. In the meantime, we can use the precedent we have set in the past. Thank you.
That were allocated to the districts, which you, in your capacity as the Speaker, you championed that our districts receive the 1 billion as a road grant. But right now, Speaker, since we got that money, since that money, Parliament appropriated that money, there's been a lot of work by Minister of Works to frustrate the process. Right Honourable Speaker, you remember we were here, we raised the matter when the Ministry of Works had given guidelines that money was for road rehabilitation, and the 1 billion could only cater for about 6 roads at the time. We rescinded that decision and we required Minister of Works to ensure that we work with new guidelines that promoted road maintenance. Right Honourable Speaker, in my district where I come from, before that 1 billion shilling was given to us as a district, we were relying on the road fund and we were only doing about 220 kilometers. And what we could achieve with that money was about 480 million. With coming of the 1 billion grant, we raised the kilometers from about 220 to about 480 kilometers, right Honourable Speaker. Honourable members and colleagues, there are new guidelines. These guidelines signed by Minister of Works that prescribes how much money must be allocated per kilometer. Right Honourable Speaker, in our districts, we have roads committees, and these roads committees will sit down and prioritize what is most effective in their work plan. Unfortunately, there is a letter from the PS that says that please follow the guideline, and the guideline is saying you have to implement a kilometer between 8 millions to 20 millions. Now, Madam Speaker, that kills our purpose, because our original purpose, we wanted all roads to be motorable, where we come from. At least it would save us that more kilometers are done and they are motorable, our people are able now. Minister of Works is advising our engineers that please do the road with the best, with about 8 to 20 millions. It is very good, right Honourable Speaker, if we had enough funds. But with the little money, with the 1 billion now, Cassandra, we reduced from 480, which the money we've been using, to about 480 kilometers. They reduced it now to 120 kilometers only, implying that in a period of 5 years, only one road, because you have about 500 kilometers, it implies that only one road can be done in a particular constituency. Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, my prayer is, let the Minister of Works leave the powers, because the law empowers the roads committees in the respective districts to prioritize this money. Let the power to prioritize how much money is given for which road be left to the people at the grassroots. Because, right Honourable Speaker, there are chokes where a committee can sit, and choose to say, we are prioritizing this financial year. Let the ministry do not prescribe how much money will be utilized. Because for us in Kasanda, our priority was to make sure that all roads are motorable, and we had benefited a lot. Right, Honorable Speaker, now they have reduced it to 120. Many people are crying. There is no, and I'm sure if this is happening in Kasanda, it could be happening in other districts. My prayer, second prayer, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, if there is a need to do these roads with more, we need to come here and, Madam Speaker, we add more money to the grant so that it can be 2 billion or more, and more roads can be done, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Member, in prayer, we are not adding money before we see value for the first money. Before we see the value for the first money, that issue of, and I'm happy Honorable Boy is here, Government Chief Whip, is the one who emphasized on road maintenance, the regulations, guidelines that were brought by Minister of Works, and then the local government also brought the guidelines. And I wonder, in some districts, the roads are okay. How can you say a kilometer should be between 8 to 20 million? Why do you predetermine the cost? Is the road the same throughout, assuming it is in a swampy area? Government.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to agree entirely with the member from Kasanda District. By the time government increased this grant to 1 billion, for district, cities and municipalities that are making good utilization of the money, you can see great improvement in the road network in terms of motorability. Right Honorable Speaker, I would plead with you that the Ministry of Works and Transport be given an opportunity to come and interface with Parliament on the justification of why they have issued new circulars without even informing Parliament. That really debated this matter in a very protracted manner, guided the process. We came up with the guidelines, and the guidelines we agreed on the floor of Parliament were communicated that time. And the District Roads Committee of the respective districts where we sit had the powers to now agree on how much can be covered in a kilometer. So, Madam Speaker, this money must really be put to good use. Let the Ministry of Works and Transport be given time. This is my prayer also, in addition to his prayer, to come and explain to Parliament. But we want to know the justification or the rationale of 8 million and 20 million. In Alepton, we were doing a kilometer for motorability at 3.5 million. 3.5, and we were able to cover about 210 kilometers in one financial year. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I'm also reading from the Book of Lamentations, but let the ministry responsible for the 1 billion come and explain to us why they changed the guideline without informing the House.
So, can we first suspend by the old guidelines as they come?
Right Honorable Speaker, on the suspension of the new guidelines, I undertake to write with immediate effect to the Minister of Works, Transport, to ensure that they halt the implementation of the letter quoted by the Honorable Member.
Those in favor of suspension of the new guidelines say aye, to the contrary nay. The ayes have it. You are all coming from constituencies. These people, the voters, they expect you to speak for them. And when the roads are bad, they say this member of parliament is not working. And when you don't bring it out in the House, and like what Honorable Oshabi has brought, originally we agreed as a House that we should have guidelines that help a bigger mileage to be worked on. But how can you predetermine how much a mileage should be? That is just chum-chum. Yes, Honorable Lobo. When I